Good afternoon. Welcome to the Talk Series featuring Attorney Bobby Forrest Jr. Now let's give it up for our host, Ms. Pepper Hine.
Good afternoon, Jacksonville Lighthouse. Welcome back to another episode of Talk Show Reloaded. I'm your host, Pepper Hine, and today we have a very special guest, an attorney at law, Mr. Bobby Forrest. Born and raised right here in Jacksonville, Mr. Forrest used the challenges in his life to build up his future of law and justice. After graduating at Jacksonville Lighthouse, he joined the Arkansas Army National Guard at the young age of 17, and at 21 had decided to take the exam for civilian police officer, which led to him quickly rising to narcotics detective and him earning multiple commendations for saving lives of our community members. After a career setback, which led to a very low point in his life, he found his true calling, law. He went on to graduate magna cum laude from Texas Southern University, Thurgood Marshall School of Law, and is licensed to practice both in Arkansas and Tennessee. His law career began at Rainwater Holt in Sexton, where he settled over 160 cases and recovered more than $1.5 million for his clients his first year. Today, he leads his own firm, practicing primarily in criminal defense and serving clients across Arkansas. Beyond the courtroom, Mr. Forrest is an entrepreneur and community leader. He owns Experience Kitchen and Lounge, named Best Restaurant by Urban Magazine, and is active in outreach and youth ministries and mentoring future lawyers. As a proud member of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, Bobby is driven by a commitment to justice and his long-term goal of serving his community through politics. Please welcome Mr. Bobby Forrest Jr. Let's give him a warm Lighthouse welcome. Mr. Forrest, thank you so much for being here today. Let's start from the beginning. What first inspired you to pursue a career in law?
As a police officer? Okay, well, first I want to say I graduated from Jacksonville High School, Red Devils, not the Lighthouse. I just want to clarify that. I don't even think Lighthouse was around when I was in school. But really, I think law enforcement for me started because of my mom. I grew up in Willow Bend projects that they tearing down. And so we only grew up with one TV in the house. And my mama only watched cops and forensic shows. And so I was forced to watch those shows. And so I think it just kind of came inside of me. And so then I wanted to be a police officer. That's kind of where it started.
Was there a particular moment, person, or experience that made you realize that, yes, this is the path for me?
Yeah, it's probably when I got arrested. So at 14, I got arrested. So I started off getting in trouble. And then I got arrested again at 16. Again, getting in trouble, just doing crazy stuff here around Jacksonville and Willow Bend. We was jumping at that time. And after getting that type of trouble and then realizing that the devil is always after young men, especially young black men, I was like, hey, I want to be the change in that. And so that's what made me go. First, I went to the military, became a military police officer, and then I got out and then became a regular police officer in Jacksonville.
That's really amazing. Many of our scholars are still exploring what they want to become. What advice would you give to students considering careers in law, government, or public service?
Yeah, I mean, I think your calling will come to you. I think it's just about doing the right things first, which is I'm a big advocate of going to college. Mm-hmm. And if you're not going to go to college, then you need to go to the military. You got to do something inside of being in the streets. Mm-hmm. But I think it'll come to you. Everybody going to get it at different times. So I don't think you have to have it figured out. but you do got to kind of have a plan. If you are sitting at home, that's no plan. But if you're at least in school around people, I think God will start slowly revealing what your purpose is for sure.
Every journey has challenges. Were there any obstacles that you faced along the way that helped shape who you are today?
Yeah, too many. Which challenge? I mean, one, I was arrested. So, I mean, that was the first challenge. And so getting that second chance to go to the military, that changed a lot. And getting that discipline. And so after then spending time with the Jacksonville Police Department, I then went undercover narcotics detective. So I did that and then came back training. And then one of my friends, my frat brother, he got into some trouble where he ended up buying a stolen gun. And which is a felony, but he was in nursing school. And so I knew that he did not purposely try to buy the gun. So I did not arrest him. With that being said, though, that's against department policy. So it made me, so I got fired. So trying to protect him, I got fired. That is probably the lowest point I hit. But then I was able to pick myself up and then go to law school, and here I am today.
That's really amazing.
I like this little amen corner over here.
Let's talk about your education. Where did you attend college and law school, and how did those experiences prepare you for your profession?
So I went to undergrad at University of Arkansas Little Rock, and for criminal justice, and then I went to law school at Thurgood Marshall School of Law, which is Texas Southern University. Go Tigers, HBCUs. I'm advocate for. And how did they help shape? I mean, should I lie to y'all or not? I don't know if college teach you anything, but it's a requirement to get your degree. But I mean, I think what you can learn in college, especially if you get actively involved, is just how to public speaking skills, how to meet friends, how to deal with adversity. We're still in a very tough world, how to go to school while being broke, eating ramen noodles. All of those are life skills that you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So all of that, college to me is life experiences. It should be about meeting friends. Most of the people that's in this room, y'all won't know them anymore when you get older. You're going to see them on Facebook or Instagram. They're not going to be your friends. So you're going to meet your real friends actually like in college and stuff later on. So I think that's when you establish you say what? I think that's when you're supposed to actually meet your real friends. So college is a time for experiences. And that's probably the time for dating. It is not time to be dating right now. So not supposed to be dating. Yeah. And I don't even know why y'all girls would want to date some of these boys right now. They don't even take showers like that. They stinking. They nasty. They'll stick their little things in anything. So I don't even know why you would want to in the first place. But yeah, that's what college is. That's what college is for. It's kind of learning. You're away from your parents for the first time, and you get a chance to live some real life. I had some fun college experiences for sure.
College and law school can be really, really expensive, and financial aid can be confusing for students. So what advice would you give to them?
So, I mean, there's financial aid is not that confusing. It's just an application. So it's really, it's going to determine your income base. Again, I come from the pole. So I got grants and but law school is really very, very expensive. So I went with loans, grants, also some scholarships, from grades. I would advise that you try your best to make the best grades possible so that you do not have to take out loans because they are very expensive. Law school, it was about $250,000 to go to. So you're gonna either get a scholarship or you're gonna be paying like I'm still paying loans back.
Okay. What tips can you share about navigating? Oh, my bad. Okay. Now let's step into your world for a moment. What does a typical day in the life look like for you as an attorney?
All right. Court. It's court every day. So we get up and we look at our docket. That's a list of the places you have to be. So I'm a criminal defense lawyer. So that I'm all over the state. So you're going to court and you're kind of advocating. So like today, we had a sentencing hearing. So a 17-year-old had shot two different people. He did not murder them, but he did shoot them just being young and dumb. But my job as a criminal defense lawyer is kind of to advocate for the other side. he did make a mistake, and he did shoot two people. If you shoot my sisters, then I'm gonna be upset about that. But at the same time, we have to look at the environment that he came from. And so growing up without a father, growing up in poverty, growing up with all these boys who think you got to be tough and that's gonna make you tough. We were able to advocate, and so instead of him going to prison, we were able to get the judge to send him to juvenile detention facility. So that will give an opportunity to get his GED, to get some rehabilitation. And he's lucky because he's 19 now, and the judge don't have to do that because he's grown now. When you make those grown people decisions, it's still going to be a felony on this life forever. So he will be a felon at this age forever. But he had an opportunity to get a second chance. So that's kind of what I do, is help give second chances for people who make mistakes.
That's really, really amazing. Yes. Every career has its ups and downs. What are some of the most rewarding and some of the most challenging parts of your job?
Rewarding is winning, and getting. I mean, we're in a criminal justice system that definitely wants to send every person they can to prison. So being able to keep somebody out of prison, that's definitely rewarding. But it's also challenging because there's two sides to every story. Again, we're from Jacksonville. My sister was murdered. And so in 2023, so with her being murdered, it's a hard balance because I'm representing that guy who shot two females, but on the other end, if that's y'all homegirl or a family member, y'all want him to go to jail because he did that. And so that's a hard balance because sometimes my clients do things that's ridiculous and that deserves some punishment. But you hear their story, which is sad, but also somebody's life's been lost on the other side, and that's sad as well. And so it's kind of it can be daunting to deal with that every day and see that, going to crime scenes, seeing dead bodies all the time. Seeing those type of things, I mean, it can wear you down for sure, and try not to bring it home and affect your family.
Do you find it hard to balance your life, your everyday life, and your work schedule, or like how you feel from work? Do you bring that home, or would you say that you are good at keeping it down?
Yeah, no, I'm not good at keeping it down because it's just not how it works.
Yeah.
I mean, so murders happen at nighttime, so I'm getting woke up in the middle of the night dealing with that at nighttime. But you're working all day. But I'm not married either, so I got the opportunity to be able to invest that type of time. If I was to get married, I'm sure my wife would be a little jealous of how much time. I do have a little son though, so he does take a lot of my time as well. So Bobby the Third is a ball of energy at 2 years old. I do make sure that nothing comes before my fatherhood. No client can come before Bobby the Third.
No, that's understandable. Yeah.
Oh, this for me? Thanks. Did I sound like I'm scratchy or something? Y'all telling me I need a drink of water? Oh, okay, just because. All right, cool.
Some of our scholars may not know the different kinds of law. Can you briefly explain the area or areas of law that you practice in and what they look like day to day?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of areas of law out there, but my law firm specifically, we do criminal defense, which is defending someone who does a criminal act. Then we have a family law division, that's adoptions, divorce, child support. And then we have a personal injury division, which is when someone gets in a car wreck or slip and fall at Walmart or something like that. So that's our three main areas. I'm in charge of the personal injury department and the criminal defense department.
What is one misconception students often have about lawyers or the legal field?
I don't know. You got to tell me first what y'all think about lawyers, and then maybe I'll say that's wrong. What y'all think? What's that? You want to be one? Okay. What's a misconception? We scared. Lawyers are mean. Yeah, no, I mean, okay. I'm gonna go with her. Scary and mean. Yeah, that's a misconception. Now when it's time to go to trial, yeah, I mean, I'm here to win. So I got to do a job, but I mean, I'm day to day. I'm your best friend. Yeah, I mean, that's what it's an adversarial system for sure. But not everybody everybody's a trial lawyer. So only a small group of lawyers actually are trial lawyers. 90% of lawyers are what's called transactional lawyers. So like contracts in the big offices doing like all that boring stuff. Only a few of us are actually like in the courtrooms fighting day to day. Those people definitely need to know how to argue, or you're gonna get embarrassed if you go against me. You'll know how to argue.
Did you always know what type of law you wanted to practice, or did you develop that later? Because I know you're in criminal justice now, but when you were going through law school, was there any type of law that you did think that you were going to go
No,
into?
criminal justice was always mine, only because of my background. So I was a police officer beforehand. So I went to law school knowing I was going to be in criminal justice, criminal defense type law, prosecution type law.
How would you say, what would you say motivated you during some challenging and really hard cases that you had faced?
People's family. People make mistakes. People do things, and especially young people, that I don't think they're thinking about the long-term effect on it. And we play around a lot, and again, everybody thinks they got to carry guns, but you cannot restart life over again. So if you take somebody's life, we don't get a restart button on that. So yeah.
How do you balance fighting hard for your clients and making ethical decisions?
Criminal defense is about fighting for the client, but you still can do that and be ethical, because it's not the state has a job, and that's to prove you guilty beyond reasonable doubt. If they have the evidence to prove you, then no matter how good I am, I won't be able to win the case. It's my job to ensure that they have enough evidence to make sure somebody goes to jail. Because what if that one person who is innocent is going through the system and we're not holding the prosecutor to those standards? Then now we got innocent people going into jail. So I'm able to make sure, even if the person is guilty, or let's say did it, winning on the criminal defense side isn't always about winning the case. It could be that it's about helping you get probation, or if you're addicted to drugs, it's about helping you get into rehab. So it's kind of like weighed differently.
That makes a lot of sense, because I know some cases they can be like, well, they did this, but they had to go up through this. It's
Right.
like
Exactly.
Can you share a moment in your career when you felt someone made a real difference for someone?
Where I made a real difference? I'm hoping every day. I would probably say a case where a young juvenile was at the wrong place at the wrong time. Someone was murdered, and we were able. And again, you don't have to pull the trigger. If you are with the people that do it, you are also going to be charged with murder as well.
Right.
But you still get to go to trial. And so I was able to get the jury to find that young man not guilty. That young man enrolled into the Air Force, and now he's a productive citizen. And so that's definitely something to be proud of, because he could have went to jail for the rest of his life at 19 years old.
That's really amazing. What skills should students start building now if they're interested in becoming attorneys?
Discipline in reading. You will absolutely read about 1,000 pages a night in law school. So discipline to read.
Would you say law school was really hard for you?
I think undergrad was harder for me, probably because it was more distractions. Because again, pledging. I think y'all teacher alpha, so we have fun and party a lot in college. At law school, you ain't really playing games like that. So it was kind of I was more structured by then. I was 25, a little older compared to being 18 in college.
Would you say it's, well, I know you did say some on this, but would you say it's really important for reading and writing in law?
Oh,
in
yeah,
the legal
definitely gotta know how to write and be able to create arguments and have them on paper. A lot of people can scream and fight verbally, but writing an essay with your argument is very different. So yeah, you got to definitely know how to write. But they teach you how to do that too, though. So they'll teach you how to write.
Yeah, that's good. What's the best way for teens to get exposure to law and law, like clubs, competitions, or volunteering or things like that?
So I know some high schools, I don't know if this, but I know a lot of Little Rock schools have like mock trials programs. The city of Little Rock, they have internships where we take in actually students and intern in our law firm. So I don't know if the city of Jacksonville offer that, but definitely try to get involved or enrolled in programs that's interning. attorney is going to be important. And a lot of us, we like free work. So we'll let you come work and file papers for free because we ain't got to pay you. So, yeah, come intern.
As you know, Attorney Forrest, there are a lot of viewers, right? So we have a couple of questions. One being, do you think the justice system works for everyone?
The justice system does not work for everyone. It is not intended to work for everyone.
Yes, sir. Another question says, why are lawyers so expensive?
Because our license was expensive. I said I had to pay $250,000 to go to school to get the license. Somebody got to pay that back off, so I got to charge y'all to get that done.
Absolutely. And here's a really, really good one. It says, you said you got fired and arrested. How did you recover after messing up in such a big way?
The Lord is the first step. But yeah, I mean, I guess I cannot credit myself for being able to get back up. It truly is God lifted my head back up and didn't allow me to go the way that the devil had plans for. So, yeah.
And here's one last one. I'm not sure if it's very appropriate what they asked in this group chat. Excuse us. It says, how much money does it make?
Money. I will say I will not say how much. Our law firm last year made 1.7 million, and we're on track to make over 2 million this year.
Okay, now it's time for our scholars to jump in. You all prepared some thoughtful questions, so let's hear them.
So yeah, after about like year 2, I definitely I don't know why I just wasn't happy doing the law that I was doing. So I actually did stop practicing a little bit. And I went to actually go teach law. But then I definitely hated that. I'm not no teacher. And so, yeah, I think I was just over pressure from all the cases. So I kind of backed off, but took a little mental break. I didn't really know. I was like, okay, I went and became a youth pastor. I realized I didn't like kids like that either. So yeah, I was like, yeah, let me go back to law. So I mean, I think you're gonna have times in life where you're gonna be up and down sometimes.
Serial killers? This is a genuine question.
Disclosing that would violate attorney-client privilege.
Does anyone else have questions? Feel free to raise your hand.
So after everything that you experienced and you witnessed, do you need therapy?
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody need a therapist. Therapy is for everybody. But yes, I definitely need and probably need to go back some more.
So like when you lose a case, do your clients feel be mad at you like when I'm fighting hard enough for you?
I don't lose. She can ask that. I answer any question. Never mind. You can't ask that.
Can you say the biggest case you ever solved like without revealing no names? Like, are you able to say?
Big has ever solved?
Yeah, the biggest case you ever solved.
Well, I don't solve cases. But I guess you're saying like a case that's like notable that people would know about. I don't know. Y'all young, so I don't think y'all would know half of the people that I've represented before or currently. And if I'm currently representing them, I can't tell you I'm currently representing them. So kind of against the law. Murder. That's the biggest case in the world.
What is usually the length of the court session?
It depends on what type of hearing. So, like, if it's a sentencing hearing like today, that lasted all of 30 minutes. But if it's trial, and such like a murder case, I mean, that could easily be a 10-day trial.
And what would you say was your most entertaining / engaging court session?
That's probably a better question for TJ back there because he watches me in court. Court ain't supposed to be entertaining, but
Mhm.
I talk noise, so I guess that makes it a little interesting. But again, I'll maybe TJ will be allowed to tell what's interesting. TJ, is there? You want to come to the mic and say?
Get up, TJ.
It's hard to say, to be honest. I really think all of them are interesting because you're looking at somebody that is facing the rest of their life, sometimes in prison, sometimes it's them realizing that their life is over if they do get convicted and then we get the not guilty. I think that's the biggest thing. The biggest one I think would be when somebody's falsely accused. I don't want to say any names.
But I think her question was, what's entertaining? Like, I guess funny or maybe, I don't know. I mean, I turns up in court all the time, so I don't
I
know.
like the objections. I like the
I object.
yeah. I like when you can actually prove somebody wrong when somebody's on the stand lying and our client is saying, "Man, that's not true." And Bobby gets up there and he's like, "Well, what you said is this, right?" And then we play a tape and they're saying something else. And it's like the slam dunk. That's very entertaining. So it's like a law and order every day in my life when I watch it. So, and I'm the investigator, so I get to go through all the evidence and be able to see what's going to happen. So it's very entertaining every day.
Give it up for TJ.
Have there ever been like a case that just gave you the chills and made you stay up all night?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's plenty of those cases. Any case that deals with something of harm to a child is a difficult case to have, especially sexual cases, sexual assaults to children. That's gonna, them keep you up at night, which I try not to take those type of cases. But those can keep you up for sure.
Okay, Mr. Forrest, so this is kind of like a dual kind of question. So we know that you have kind of veered off from law and like investing and started some great businesses like the Experience downtown. Do you ever find like difficulty trying to balance, both jobs, basically?
I wouldn't say difficulty, but I mean it's busy.
Yeah.
I mean it's a lot to do. But you go through and you meet people who are supposed to assist. So again, I pledged Alpha, and so my fraternity brother runs my restaurant. So I own the restaurant, but I'm not in the day-to-day routines of what's going on. I just make sure everything is on the top level, good. So you just got to learn how to delegate out and balance it for sure.
So you don't make the same.
I know I make the recipe of the salmon, but I don't make it in day to day out. Okay. Okay.
Okay,
We got
we're
a new
gonna-
one coming in January, so.
So like when you have those cases that deal with children, do you find it difficult to defend the person that you're supposed to be defending?
It can be difficult sometimes. Yeah, it can definitely be difficult sometimes, but you definitely have to set your emotions to the side and focus on the evidence that's in front of you, that this is still somebody who deserves proper legal representation. And you still have to give a fight for them. And again, the fight isn't always to get someone off. It can be to get them a lesser sentence, to get them help, multiple different things. Just depends on what that individual person needs.
We're gonna start wrapping this section of it up, so we can take about 1 or 2 more minutes for any questions. Well, I mean 1 or 2 more questions.
If you could change anything that happened in your life, what would it be?
Um,
Going to jail, all of that. What would you change?
you would want to say a lot, but really no, because it all makes you who you are. So every experience is meant to give you an experience. So,
Mhm.
I mean, now you just gotta you have some D experience. So, now I can't really want to take nothing back. Actually, I didn't want to go through it when I was going through it, but now that I went through it, that's how God works anyway, though. But now that I went through it, I'm okay with it.
Do you regret doing what you did, like going to jail and everything, like this in your past?
I wouldn't say I regret it, but I mean, nobody wants to go through that. It can be difficult. I am running currently for prosecuting attorney here in Pulaski and Perry County. So it sometimes can get on my nerves that my opponent uses that against me, that I was arrested before. So in one sense, it's irritating, but again, it also is the same reason why I relate to more people than this guy who never has, or at least acts like he's never done anything in his life and just lived this perfect life. That's not our world. We don't live perfect worlds. Most people don't. So, exactly. As leaders should be.
Scholars, thank you so much for all those great questions. All right, Attorney Forrest, it's time for Pepper's lightning round. They're fun, rapid fire questions. Try to answer in one word or one short phrase. Are you ready?
Say what now? Pepper?
Yes.
Oh, it's called Pepper. Like
My name's
spicy.
Pepper. My name's Pepper.
Oh, okay. This your show.
Yes.
Okay, Pepper.
Okay.
And I only can answer with one word.
One word or one short phrase.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
All right.
Attorneys, we talk a lot. So
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Early bird or night owl?
Night owl.
Movies or shows?
Shows.
Okay.
I
Relaxing
like a
out.
good little binge series.
Relaxing at home or hanging out with friends?
Home.
Books or podcasts?
Books.
Favorite superhero?
God.
Courtroom or office days?
Courtroom.
Favorite quote?
Huh. Favorite quote. At the end of the day is over.
Shopping in a store or online?
Online.
All right. Attorney Forrest, thank you for taking the time to join us today and for sharing your experiences, wisdom, and encouragement. Your journey has shown us how dedication, education, and integrity can open doors not only for yourself, but for your entire community. Scholars, let's give a huge round of applause to Attorney Bobby Forrest for inspiring us today.
We have live.